Creating a report in PrintBuilder. On our home view screen on the right hand side, if you launch PrintBuilder here, it'll bring up a panel here where you can do all kinds of different things. We can create certs, we can create stickers, but we're going to be focusing on general reports. So in this general reports section, if you go down to equipment, equipment is where we will be creating equipment reports, and then general is where we would create an event report. So if we go up here to this little piece of paper, this is how we create a new report. So I'm going to create calibrations due next, let's do 90 days. Now I can just create this completely from scratch, but the typical thing to do is to just clone an already existing report. So I'm going to clone calibration due this month and hit OK. Once I do that, it allows me to dive into this new report and customize it. So I automatically bring this up and it launches the previous report logic that was set up already. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this, and you notice that there are 2 underscore lines. If I click on within this month, I get a whole long list of options right here. So what I'm going to do is select within number of future days. If you wanted to, you could do within last month, within last week, last year, next month, next week, this year. So all kinds of different options in here. But I'm going to select the within number of future days, and we just type in 90. Now when I hit select, and then I hit this counter, I have 301 records. And if we scroll down, they're in ascending order. All right. Now, the way that your report works up here is that we can kind of whittle down what we're looking at. So this right here is all calibrations that have a due date within 90 days. Well, maybe some of these assets are inactive. So what we can do is we just click underneath it. It brings up a new parameter. And then I click on company, and I'm going to switch this to active. So active is checked. If I wanted to look at all of my inactive equipment, I could have active is unchecked. And then let's see. So we have 301 records. And then when I hit select, let's see if that changed my number. It didn't. So everything was already active. Next, if you had an interest, what we could do is go to maybe type and look at all of our gauges that are due with a specific type, like maybe caliper. So now I only have 9 calipers that are due in the next 90 days, and then I can focus on those. Now, you do not have to make this your full-on report. What I can do is I could just save this down as a filter. So I can save filters down, and I just clicked on this save button here, and I could say caliper due 90, something like that. And I can save that down for myself as a global individual, and by specific company. So if I select global, anybody can access my filter. And when I hit OK, if I were to come up here and sweep that all away and go up here to my drop down, there it is. And when I click on it, my filter comes back. So because we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and delete type right here. And that way, whenever I do save and close this report, that report is designed and ready to go. Next, within creating a report, we can also change the headers of the report. So if I'm taking a look at these different columns here, notice that I have company, ID, calibration due date. I can shuffle around the order of these things if I want to. And then I can also right click in the upper left hand corner, say alphabetize non-visible fields. And then what I can do is if I click on this, it'll bring every single column that I can add to this list. So when I click on this, I can go in here and turn on certain things. So maybe I don't want to look at master. Maybe I don't want to look at active because active is already checked up here. And so I can turn off active, maybe turn on cert template or crib number or any of these other fields that I am interested in. And then you just move them around, and when you hit save and close, they will stay there. So if you can see, we have our 2 new fields over here, and they are ready to go. Next, if you come down to the bottom portion, we can launch an event. So you can't do it from PrintBuilder, but you can do it once the report is actually created. And then we can come over here and we can print certs. So if I wanted to print all the certs for this, print event docs, stickers, and worksheets, I can do that from right here. And then if you come up to the top and go to equipment view, we can see the equipment view of these different gauges. If we go to output, I can output this stuff to Excel. So we can send this off to Excel. You can do an email file, a PDF, PDF email file in XML, which is like a web file, and you just hit create. And then that is it for the basics of creating a report. So once we've created this report, we say save and close. Now that report is saved right here. However, I cannot access that report anywhere yet until I come down here and set up visibility and usage. So we click this little document file right here, and it will auto-populate with the exact name of the report right here. We can add a menu name that is different to than this, and then we can also create a menu group. And right now it's set up to be a system-wide report. If you wanted to turn off system-wide, I can give specific companies, specific profiles, and specific users access to just this, this one report. Otherwise, if we double click on this, we want to make sure system-wide or even read-only is checked if that's who we're wanting to be able to see it. Once we hit OK and close that, we then can right-click up here and hit Reload All Settings, and we can go to Search Report. Once we go into Search Report, Calibration Due Next 90 is right here. And when we launch that report, it's the same report that I set up in PrintBuilder. All right, thank you for watching.